Hi Green Thumbs, welcome back to the channel. Today is the first video of our new series, or show if you will. We're going to call it The Hoya Show. Each Tuesday morning you can find the new installment to The Hoya Show. In each episode we'll cover things like fertilizing requirements, soil needs, lighting requirements, and watering requirements within the episode. So today we are going to showcase my Hoya Obovata. This is easily one of my favorite Hoyas within my collection. It has been with me for over a year now. It is a little bit of a slower grower. However, I find that it's very satisfying when I do get a new leaf from it. I always get super excited. The leaves themselves are very thick and very succulent in nature, and the woody stems that it grows from reminds me of the multiflora in that it is very thick and very stemmy as well. The Hoya Obovata is native to areas such as India, Indonesia, Thailand, and Fiji. You can find these growing on the outskirts or even within the forests. You can do one of three things with them. You can trellis it, you can use some sort of stake to let it climb up the stake, or you can do as I have done and just let it trail out of your container. The Obovata has a couple different variations. You can find one that is much more splashy than this. You can also find the Hoya Obovata picta, which means that it has inner variegation inside the leaf. The leaves can go anywhere from 2 inches up to 6 inches across. My largest leaf that I have within this plant is probably approximately 4 inches across. I have this plant staged currently within my home near my Philodendron gloriosum and my Alocasia frydek. It sits right beneath a west-facing window. I move this plant kind of all over the place within my house. As long as I give it good indirect light most of the day, your plant will be happy. It currently is near my humidifier, although I don't think humidity is a big deal for this particular Hoya. As for soil mixture, mine is currently still within its nursery pot. Like all Hoyas, it likes to be a little more root bound, so I haven't found the need to repot it yet. When the time comes, I will put it into probably more of an airy mix, like my typical Avoid and Hoya mix. If you'd like to see that video, you can click on it here and watch that. But like I said, it is still currently in its nursery pot, which is plastic, within the cache pot that I have it in. As for fertilizing, you should only ever fertilize your plants when they are actively growing. This one is currently actively growing, however, I have not fertilized it yet. I would probably tend to lean toward a compost tea, so earthworm castings. You can break that down and make a tea if you like. You can watch that video here. I have a recipe included in that video. You could also use a diluted all-purpose fertilizer. One thing I did read, however, when I researched this particular species of Hoya was that they don't necessarily need the nitrogen. So they prefer a fertilizer that is heavier in potassium and phosphorus and less strong in the nitrogen. As for water requirements, because the stems and the leaves are so fat and succulent, they really retain a lot of water. I only water this particular Hoya probably every 3 or 4 weeks. I don't feel a need to water it any more than that. You can tell that the plant needs water because the very stiff leaf will begin to feel kind of droopy, and you will see a little bit of wrinkling on it. That is an indication that the plant is ready to be watered. And then at that point, I always take it to the sink, and I water the plant completely all the way through. And I do that a couple times. I let it drain really well, and then I put it back in its home. For propagation, this plant is one of the easier Hoyas to propagate from. You can see the tiny little roots that are growing all along the stem. You just want to cut down to a node and stick that. You could do it in water, you could do it in spag wash, you could do it directly in soil, whatever method you prefer. You can watch my soil method. I'll include that link up above for an option for propagating any type of Hoya. In conclusion, the Hoya Obovata is one of my favorites. It's a very easygoing plant. It's not the fastest growing Hoya within my collection by any means, but it is one that I get a lot of joy out of, and I get super excited anytime I see a new leaf growing on it. I hope you liked today's video. Next up, we're going to do the Hoya Crimson Princess, and I'll leave it up to you guys what we do after that. So let me know in the comments below. Do you like the Obovata? Do you have an Obovata? And which Hoya do you want to see next in our Hoya show? All right, guys, I will see you soon. Take care. Have a great week.